Hello and welcome to Monday Morning Momentum with your host, Mr. Lisp. And today we're going to be talking about comfort zone because I think too many of us are in our comfort zone and we're just comfortable. And there's nothing wrong with being comfortable and having, nice things around you. And, when you get home, you're in peace. But within your mental state, how comfortable are you? Because comfortability doesn't always show by the tangible items that we can buy. Sometimes it shows what's in our minds, what's in our mind, and how much are we willing to push? How much are we willing to get to that next level? Because a lot of times, comfortability means equals laziness. And I'm not saying, you haven't worked hard to get where you need to get your items to be comfortable. But a lot of times we remain comfortable because we do not want to push ourselves beyond what our eyes can see or our expectations that we have for ourselves. We need to keep pushing and understanding that when you're comfortable, you need to push. Being uncomfortable is where the growth really does come in. When you're uncomfortable, you have to learn to adapt. You have to keep going. You've got to find a way to make it work. And, there's nothing wrong with having periods of comfortability. We all strive for that, a bit of normality in our lives, but it can't always be that way if you want to grow. If you're happy where you are, you're happy where you are. But for many of people, we're always striving for more. We need more. We need our purpose. We need to fulfill ourselves with that little bit more. That's something that keeps us going. And this is why Monday morning momentums are here. You may not find something in every episode, but in this one, hopefully you're going to realize that maybe I have been too comfortable. Maybe it's your relationship. Maybe you've been too comfortable in your relationship. Maybe you've put on a bit of weight. Maybe you've, not been pulling your weight in aspects of helping out around the house. I'm guilty for that myself. I know I am. And it's, again, I've had to sit and reflect and evaluate and realize that, what, I've got comfortable. I've allowed things to slide. And it's like, no, I can't keep doing this because it needs to change because it has a knock-on effect further down the line. It really does have a knock-on effect further down the line. But back to the point, comfortability. It's a beautiful place. We all want to be comfortable. Cozy, comfortable. It feels nice. It feels safe. But safe sometimes can be limited. Can limit you to an area, a level or a peak that you can reach. And when you're not safe and you're not comfortable, that's when you find your inner person. I've heard many people who've gone out and they've got themselves into situations where they've been trapped or, they've encountered something beyond their control. And they said they didn't know how they were going to get out of it. They've had to dig deep. They found that inner voice, that inner person, that inner courage to help them, propel them, to keep them going, keep them alive. And it shows that there's so much fight within us. There's so much fight within us. We just need to choose to fight, to choose to want more, go for more. But I'm going to leave it there as it's a Monday. You know the drill. If you don't, I'm going to reiterate it to you one more time. It does not need to be a day of perfection, but it does need to be a day of progression. The first 10 minutes of the day really does set you up. Make sure you're using them wisely. Make sure you're using them wisely. Please check out another video because they really do help the algorithm and help the channel grow. And I apologize for my voice. I feel like I've been shouting and screaming a bit too much. But yeah, I've been living life. I've been enjoying myself. And that's what it's about. Yeah, check out the next video there. Please like and comment and subscribe. And I'll catch you on the next one. Mr. Lisp out.